Hi Reject Nation, I'm Greg Alba. We'll start with you. What's your name?
My name is Ksenia LeBlanc.
My name is Third Russo.
Kelly Russo. Kelly Russo over here. You can follow them both on Instagram. We have a banner right here. And also go check out the Man-Eaters trailer, guys. It's a film that they starred in together. It looks pretty bitchin'. High five.
Yes.
Awesome. You guys, act together. You're co-stars in a film. Transition. We're gonna watch a video today from Looper called Co-Stars Who Couldn't Stand Each Other Off Camera. The biopic about Ksenia and Kelly Russo.
Woo!
I'm excited.
I made this right before you guys showed up. I cannot wait for you guys to watch this.
I'm excited. Let's see it.
Before we hop into this, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been following us on our Patreon page. Over there we do weekly Q&As, TV show reactions for many a shows. That includes Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Gotham. Don't worry, there's photos going over all this, so you guys don't have to like make facial expressions while I'm saying this. Be dead the way you guys are in real life. Just be dead. All right, yeah, there you go. Riverdale and Supernatural.
That was so funny. But like really funny.
Keep talking.
Also, John does music video coverage. Yay! Let's watch this. It's a list video, so let's get into this, and then we'll talk about it.
Some celebrities have earned a serious reputation for difficulty among their co-stars.
I heard about
so
this.
much so that other actors don't ever want to work with them again. From simple personality conflicts to deranged name-calling and everything in between, let's take a look at some of the most infamous co-star beefs and how they got started. Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones. When Jim Carrey starred as the Riddler in Batman Forever, he was at the height of his comedic career. But his co-star Tommy Lee Jones, who played Harvey Dent, was definitely not a fan of Carrey's slapstick style. Director Joel Schumacher confirmed that Jones had something of an attitude on set, telling Entertainment Weekly, "Jim Carrey was a gentleman, and Tommy Lee was threatened by him. I'm tired of defending overpaid, overprivileged actors."
What a director.
The night before filming a scene together, Carrey and Jones ran into each other at a restaurant. When Carrey approached Jones's table to say hello, he didn't get quite the greeting he expected. Carrey told Howard Stern that he got up kind of shaking and hugged me and said, "I hate you. I really don't like you." And I was like, wow, what's going on, man? And he said, "I cannot sanction your buffoonery."
Very few people are both a summer and a winter, but you pull it off nicely.
Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds.
I heard about this.
What?
Reading
Yeah.
Patton Oswalt's account of his time on the set of 2004's Blade Trinity is arguably far more interesting than watching the movie itself.
Oh, yeah.
According to Oswalt, director David S. Goyer shouldn't be blamed for the way the movie turned out, as he spent half of his time dealing with the erratic behavior of leading man Wesley Snipes.
And you'd walk by his trailer and this wall of pot stench would just whoa, and it kind of push you to the side.
He also claims Snipes tried to strangle the director at one point, which led to Goyer hiring a bunch of bikers as bodyguards. According to Oswalt, that freaked Wesley out so much that for the rest of the production, he would only communicate with the director through post-it notes, and he would sign each post-it note from Blade. It wasn't just Goyer that Snipes clashed with, however. The mercurial action star also failed to get along with co-star Ryan Reynolds, apparently refusing to even call him by his name. Reynolds laughed when asked if he would ever consider reuniting with Snipes for a fourth Blade movie, answering with an emphatic no.
Wow.
Will Smith and Janet Hubert. If you're a dedicated Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan, you're probably aware that the actress who played Aunt Vivian was replaced halfway through the series, but you might not know why. Janet Hubert portrayed Aunt Viv on the show until 1993, when she was replaced with Daphne Reed, who continued in the role until Fresh Prince ended its run in 1996. According to accounts from show insiders and even Hubert herself, Smith and his other co-stars were needlessly cruel to her on the set. For his part, Smith knocked down Hubert's allegations in a 1993 interview with an Atlanta radio station, claiming she had a bad attitude while filming and adding, "No matter what, to her, I'm just the Antichrist." In 2011, Hubert fired back, telling TMZ that she'd never work with Smith again. Tom Sizemore and Val Kilmer.
No,
Throughout
not
the
this
90s,
duo.
Tom Sizemore's star was on a meteoric rise in Hollywood, thanks in particular to his roles in great dramatic films like 1995's Heat, which he featured in alongside Val Kilmer. But when Kilmer and Sizemore reunited 5 years later on the set of Red Planet, things weren't so rosy. Reportedly, Kilmer was upset when he learned that the production had paid to ship Sizemore's exercise equipment to Australia, where filming was taking place. According to Sizemore's memoir, By Some Miracle I Made It Out of There, a shouting match erupted erupted, which ended with Tom throwing a 50-pound weight at Kilmer.
Whoa!
The producer asked Sizemore to avoid hitting Kilmer in the face when they got into their next fight. Tom complied, dutifully slugging Kilmer in the chest and telling him, "I'm never going to another planet with you again." Time heals all wounds, however, and the two former co-stars had finally buried the hatchet as of 2014. Robert Downey Jr. and Terrence Howard.
No!
Terrence Howard has never been shy about discussing his falling out with Iron Man co-star Robert Downey Jr. In 2013, Howard appeared on Bravo's Watch What Happens Live, discussing the 3-picture deal which the studio had originally offered him.
They came to me with the second and said, "Look, we will pay you 1/8 of what we contractually had for you."
He went on to put the blame firmly on Downey's shoulders.
And I called my friend that I helped get the first job, and he didn't call me back for 3 months.
It would take another 3 years for the pair to finally patch up their differences when they reunited at the 2016 wedding of director Brian Grazer.
Wow.
Whoa.
I did not know that.
I did not know the last one.
I did not.
I've always heard Terrence Howard is a hard guy to work with. I've heard that from many accounts. I've heard about that when he was talking about there, getting paid 1/8. That would actually make sense when I think about it, because I remember Robert Downey got paid like $500K to do the first Iron Man movie, which is so tiny compared to what he gets paid now, right?
Just minuscule.
I mean, it's still
It's
like more than I've ever earned. Insignificant amount of money.
I know.
Peanuts compared to the money we make.
Totally.
Ego. He did in return for it, but Robert Downey got paid like $10 million for Iron Man 2.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
Which is like what we make on the weekend, so
Right.
good for him. So I imagine all that extra money for Terrence Howard went over to Robert Downey for that one. Damn.
Damn.
It must be so tough working on set with somebody, and you have to be like, have to pretend to be friends and everything.
Oh my God.
I just watched that video about like, was it Sex and the City or something?
Really?
Kim Cattrall
Yeah,
and
she was saying-
Sarah Jessica Parker.
I didn't know that.
Butted heads the whole time.
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Kim Cattrall refuses to do a Sex and the City movie number 3, that would be at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah, thankfully probably, because let's keep it beautiful.
I
on
think
the
it was
train.
good.
Like, it was good. It was
It ended
great.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. What's funny about the Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones one that I've heard about before, you guys have all seen Batman Forever, right?
Of course.
Oh,
Yeah. So in Batman,
we turn into like little boys when you talk about Batman.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of surprised by this one when Tommy Lee Jones is talking about Jim Carrey's buffoonery.
Right.
Because Tommy Lee Jones seems like he's trying to give a Jim Carrey performance in that movie.
I agree.
He's so over the top,
Yeah.
and he seems like he's trying to match the level of Jim Carrey. That's like, why would you clown on this guy if you're going to try to do something along the lines of what he's doing? You could just work with him and get, maybe some advice on how to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
And then by the end of this, all like, I'm not a big fan of Bat. I don't really like that movie.
You became the light on the dark side of me.
But a lot of people thought Jim Carrey was really fun in the movie.
I love it so much.
Oh, you love that movie?
It's so stupid and fun.
It's entertainingly bad. It's a little bit of a headache.
Drew Barrymore is it's just
she's
so
lovely.
funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's over the top.
I get a headache when I watch it though.
Oh, I love it so much.
I do. I
Do
get
you
a headache.
get too excited?
Yeah, I just love it that much that I get a migraine when I'm watching the movie. Yeah, with the suction. Damn, you really know it. I think that's so incredibly disrespectful, and I'm actually, Joel Schumacher is a director who doesn't really have the most respect for some reason, because he's not good at constantly dishing out good films. It's really cool to hear that he stood up for Jim Carrey in that matter and did not go out of his way to like defend Tommy Lee Jones at all, because I feel like a lot of directors don't really do that anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that he took that approach.
Don't be a dick. Like, doesn't matter where you are. And when you're on set, it's a pressure cooker. So you have to actually be nicer and more flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And available and help each other out.
I'm surprised they didn't put on here Ryan Gosling and Rachel McAdams.
I was thinking about that too.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
That one's the most famous one, like that I think people discuss all the time.
because they fell in love like way after making that movie. But
What?
you didn't know
Yeah,
about
they
that?
hated each other.
No.
They hated
no,
each other.
You guys
Hated it.
stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Don't worry, they
No.
eventually had a really good romance for quite a
I
while.
thought you guys were making a joke. Are you serious?
Yeah, it was really,
Yeah.
it
Are
was
you
really
serious?
sad. It was really sad because they
You guys
actually
just
had
told
to.
me there's no
But I think
Santa Claus. I'm like really upset. Like, I didn't know that. Seriously?
yeah.
Yeah. Why does that upset you?
I just feel so bamboozled.
Yeah, they did.
Bamboozled. You've been bamboozled.
But they did such an amazing job.
How can you hate someone and then love someone? I don't get that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
spicy relationship.
it makes exactly because it makes me go. Maybe that's why their chemistry was so good, because there was really a lot of it was repressed attraction for one another.
Yeah, it's just passion.
And that's why when they had those scenes in the Notebook, it was like beautiful and romantic and passionate.
Have you seen 9.5 Weeks?
What's that?
With Mickey Rourke, I think. 9.5 Weeks, where they feed each other by the refrigerator. It's the most famous, like, romantic movie of all time.
And they didn't get along?
They hated each other, but they had to play, like, passion. But I think that helped them, actually, because they had to be passionate.
There might be a line there, then. It's like, if you're doing a romantic film,
Yeah.
be a dick to your co-star. and you'll have a
Spice it up.
good performance right there.
I have so many co-stars that I've had to kiss and they were like mean to me before. It was hard to do my job.
You didn't have good chemistry with them, though? On camera? Really?
No, well, no, we did, because I, can create chemistry. I was on this Lifetime movie and this dude was like talking mad crap to me because I played a nurse in a doctor's office in this Lifetime movie, and I walked out of the trailer and he looked at me and he goes, "Oh, this is what I have to work with today," because it's like a big makeout scene.
You told me about this.
And I had no makeup on. I looked like a little girl. It was like when I first started acting, I was so pissed.
That is so offensive.
So
That
what
is
I
so
did, I was
rude.
like, I'm gonna rock that dude's world. And when we did this scene, I rocked his world. He asked me out, and I said no.
Wow.
Payback.
That is good.
Yeah.
That is so mean.
As I stroked your.
I've done that to so many women, too. Just like, yeah.
Mean to them
Right.
before you're about to kiss them for
No,
what?
I would have been in your position.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's crazy. I'm just that good. Yeah.
That is so mean.
Isn't that mean?
That's
If
mean.
somebody
You
told
should
me
be on
that,
this
I would
list.
just,
I know,
I
I
would
should be on this
automatically
list, yeah.
say something back, and it would not end well.
I
would not be able to hold it back, I think.
I've known you for an hour, and I would never be mean to you.
No.
You seem like a tough cookie.
She's tough.
Don't let that reaction fool you.
She's tough.
I'm not.
But
I'm
like
not-
so kind too. And so genuine.
I try.
We're saying that because we don't want to get hit later.
Don't.
I mean, a sexy Russian woman, don't mess with her. She'll kill you.
No.
Has anyone
don't let
seen
this
Salt?
Russian face trick you. It's not. I'm very cute and I'm nice.
You're gonna. You could trust the one who self-proclaims themselves to be cute. I love
I am
that. Yeah.
innocent. I didn't do it.
I'm just tough it's tough life in Russia.
It's tough life. Yeah. That's what it is.
With time, this becomes very, rough. You can't smile for no reason. You never know what people can do with you.
Oh damn. We have got a whole new direction on this
For all
one.
the kids at home, don't smile for no reason.
Don't smile in Russia if you're a woman.
No, but I'm serious. Like, I had to learn that here. We talked about this.
sad.
Like,
Yeah.
smiling all the time. Because it's something that you don't do in Russia. Otherwise, you get in trouble. Somebody's
Damn.
gonna take advantage of your kindness.
We could do a whole video about your upbringing in Russia.
It's very
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
It's tough. If you talk nicely and you smile, nobody's gonna notice you. You gotta come in and be like, hey, give me my shit. Or you don't get it.
Well, if you think
Yeah.
that's rough, Terrence Howard only got offered $1 million to do the next
I
Iron
can't-
Man
yeah,
movie. Yeah.
I can't compete with
You
that.
cannot compete with
No.
with the
So
roughness.
bad for him.
I don't know.
That is rough.
Your story is whatever, but that's rough.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
The Val Kilmer Tom Sizemore one, that one's a funny one to me.
That's hilarious.
Why is Val Kilmer upset that he had his workout equipment
That was what I
imported?
didn't get that one. So what
You
exactly?
son of a bitch! How dare you
I think
import your treadmill over here?
just like I think he's a diva. Like Tom Sizemore was being a diva.
I think Val Kilmer's also known to be a bit of a diva too.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've heard stories about both. Well, Tom Sizemore's been to jail for some pretty horrendous things. But Val Kilmer, I've heard Val Kilmer can be a pretty big diva too.
But he's Batman and Jesus in the Technicolor dream.
Yeah.
But he's Jesus. He's allowed.
I love that line. Tom Sizemore didn't say, "I'm not going to work with you on another movie set." He said, "I'm never going to another planet with you again." Like,
So dramatic.
I'm never doing another space movie with you again,
That was
Val Kilmer.
really cool. Don't touch my weights.
Don't touch my weights. My dumbbells. Yeah.
So dramatic.
Mine.
I love it. I wish we were around during the 90s. Like, I feel like that was the glory of the blockbuster BS. And,
Yeah.
like, you could be such a diva and get away with it. Like, those days are over.
Yeah, because you can be a character. I think it's liberating. I feel like.
I think to keep this light, they kept it. Did you notice it was all like men who they were talking about?
Yeah,
Because
I actually didn't notice. That's a good point. I was gonna say.
The ones with men and women can be like fucking horror stories, but these are like fun, like
kind of funny.
Dudes, put your egos down for a second, you know. Well, this sparked a fun discussion.
Yeah.
It
Of
did.
co-stars that hate each other.
Yeah, like this girl right there.
No, I adore this girl.
Yay.
I'm happy to be right here in the center between in this
You're
conversation.
caught in the middle.
Yeah.
Just wait till they see our trailer. They're gonna be like, those girls are crazy.
They're
You're
crazy.
nuts.
Crazy.
If you want to check out these two crazy people on the internet, you can check out their Instagrams, link in the description box. Do you tweet?
I do not tweet, I have to say.
I am glad you are honest.
I
do not tweet.
I do not tweet. I feel like I had to say.
either.
No, but I could never get a hang of it. I feel like I have to be witty all the time, and I can't.
I just use it to vent about YouTube problems. And Kelly
do I?
is a person on social media?
I don't tweet either because I don't like the pressure of, you know, I just don't like the pressure of being funny and.
Yeah, the same thing.
Follow them on Twitter as soon as you can. And subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification.
now.
There are things I should cover with you too before we film it.
Well, yeah, it's great content right now. Sorry.
And no.
Instagram, we're both on
Instagram is
Instagram
better.
and
Yeah.
I feel like Instagram is like, it's great for, you can tweet and post a photo.
Where they cosplay as demons and just click that notification bell and check us on Patreon. Bye.
Yay!